get us started with the opening kickoff. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Start the afternoon with a run, and it goes nowhere.
That is a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. To the air, it's Iamaleava. The short hands, it's Berger. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Yeah, and you gotta love those matchups. When you get a running back matched up on somebody else, it's never going to be a cornerback. That's not going to happen. So finding a good matchup, getting that speed isolated, now I'm going to go attack and make some plays.
The earth is shaking. Bounce House living up to its name as UCF tries to get off the field. From the gun, wants to pass. Wide open downfield. All kinds of room to the right. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, UCLA! They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Hands it off. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Trying to impose their will with the run. Oh, he's got some space. Oh, he got loose. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
The Knights moving quickly to the line. Running back searching for a hole. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. The Knights come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Jackson will throw. Quarterback extends the play. Couldn't find anybody open, just threw it away, and that's a smart move. You want to avoid the turnover, especially in the red zone. It'll be 4th down. No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. And that ball is intercepted at the goal line. He stopped not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
Zone equals eyes. When I say that, DBs, linebackers, all covering the middle of the field. So many guys over the middle of the field trying to take away the easy stuff, but reading the quarterback's eyes the whole time. Whenever he breaks to throw that football and that hand separates from the ball, I'm breaking on it, and you can tell they had a beat on it. Nice cut, nice instincts. Give me that INT.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the 2nd drive, he's firing on all cylinders. You can tell this guy did his homework coming into this game, and right now it's paying off.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
To the air, it's Iamaleava. Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
What a start for this offense throwing the ball. I love how they've come out in this game, and they've been aggressive. They've already scored a touchdown, and here they are taking another shot and getting a big play. If you're on defense, you have got to find a way to slow this quarterback down.
Oh, he's got a chance. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's 1st down.
That's a nice-looking run. That reminds me of Jonathan Franklin, Maurice Jones-Drew, Zach Charbonnet. In recent years, they've had a lot of ability at the running back position. How about this name, though? Little-known fact. The great Jackie Robinson also played running back for UCLA, and you know he's smiling down from heaven watching that last carry.
The Bruins will line it up on 1st and 10. On the move, it's Berger. They make the tackle after he gets 2 down to the 25.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Throws to the tight end. He makes a catch. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the 1st down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6. How about the mix of play calls on this drive? 3 runs, 3 passes, and now they're in business.
And just keeping the defense completely off balance. When you think it's a run, it's a pass. When you think it's a pass, it's a run. Nice job by this offense, going right down the field in 6 plays, and now set up for 1st and goal.
Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Bruins. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
Starts from their own 25-yard line. Leaves it with the back. Slithers into space. Got the 1st down and more. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking. That's the end of the period, and it's UCLA in the lead. Man, that was an impressive and dominant 1st quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Just about ready to get things started here in the 2nd. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Jackson gonna throw it. Grab near the sticks. It's Burke. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a 1st down at the 44.
And after that long completion for the 1st down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. The Knights headed quickly to the line. He'll throw on 3rd down. Intercepted. A 1st half turnover can swing momentum. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Looking to the big tight end. Connection to the right. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down. More precision throws from this Bruin quarterback, much like a Rick Neuheisel used to play.
Just pinpoint accurate. Put the ball right where you want to. You think about Troy Aikman, you think about some of those other great names in UCLA history.
Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. They'll go to the counter play. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Scanning the field, it's Iamaleava. Throws to the wideout. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical. And early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
The bounce house is rolling here on 3rd down, trying to help UCF. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Complete in the middle. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the 1st down.
Snap it to the back. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. And the Bruins with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. On the run, it's Berger. They make the tackle at the 22. Will give him 5 yards on the play. It'll be enough for a 1st down.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the 1st half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting 1st downs and staying on the field. And you saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Back to throw, it's Iamaleava. Quickly complete. He'll be run out of bounds at the 13.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
The Bruins are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Off the RPO, complete. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Now on 1st and goal, a score here, and that mountain is huge if you want to make a comeback. They'll try to get it in with the run. He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line.
Really nice job by the defense, understanding 1st and goal. What do most people do on 1st and goal? They're going to try to run the football in. The defense says, nah, bro, not in my house. Nice job getting in the backfield, getting the stop.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. This quarterback part of their running game. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, UCLA!
Man, I've been really impressed with this offense this first half. Coming in a hostile environment, hostile crowd, man, and they haven't given them anything to cheer about. Offense, defense, now up 20-0, and these people are eerily quiet in here.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Making side adjustments here. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Works his way out to the 33-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds. The Knights want to move quickly. From the gun, the ground game. He breaks a tackle. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. On the ground, it's Nixon. And that's a very productive 1st down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. They get to the line quickly. Dances away to buy time. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
I think sometimes as a quarterback, when your offense is struggling, you don't have any points up on the board yet here at the end of the first half. You're just trying to take a shot to see if your guy can make a play. And that time, he thought he had the matchup he wanted, but he has just not been able to ever find a rhythm. And this defense is making it really hard on him, forcing that one to fall incomplete.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The Knights come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Jackson will throw. Looking to the big tight end. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Despite failing earlier on 4th down, they will try again here. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. The Knights kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Wants to throw on 1st down. Pulls it in, it's Nixon. Crosses the 35, out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play, spotted at the 32.
Real smart play, great job. Get the positive yards, and then get your booty out of bounds.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Fires to the wideout. Got it in the middle, it's Thomas. Touchdown, Knights! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
We needed that. They needed to punch the ball in the end zone. They needed to cut this to a 2-score game, and they needed some positive momentum. Something going well, something to point to at half to say, guys, we got a chance. That drive, they put it together. Nice job by this offense.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Offense has enough time to get off a play before we head to the half. Off play action on first down. Fires to the middle. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
That's a throw the QB would like to have back. He just has to do a better job giving his receiver a chance to make the catch.
Just enough time for one final play in this half. Looking to pass. It's Iamaleava. Gonna let it fly. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left.
You know, these throws in the perimeter of the field can be so tricky for a quarterback. You've got to be pinpoint accurate and have great timing. You didn't see it there from the QB.
The earth is shaking. Bounce house living up to its name as UCF tries to get off the field. He's stopped right at the 31-yard line. That's not enough for a first down. It'll be fourth. So that'll do it here in the first half. Stay tuned. Halftime is coming. And the Bruins will move away to start the second half. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
Throws to the wideout. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
You don't get a lot of chances like that in games, guys. Take shots downfield, and when you get open, you got to finish the play. The wideout's going to wish he had that one back.
Oh, will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. Fires downfield, and his throw is incomplete.
Well, a nice job by the defense. They're playing with a big lead. They know the offense has to throw it, and they are inviting throws over the middle of the field, knowing they can break on these passes and maybe pick one off. Offense lucky that wasn't a turnover.
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Fires on the move. Makes the grab. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
Jackson going to throw it. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
It's nice when a QB can get outside the pocket and break down a defense and take off, but I thought the defense did a really good job of seeing it, understanding where he was going, kind of mirroring him towards the sideline as he rolled out to the right. Didn't give him any space to run the football, covering the pass deep. Really nice defense on that play.
Finds his man. It's Nixon. Oh, what a move to get open. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And that's why, if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Looking to fire. Grab near the marker. It's Hughes. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
I tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands. You saw it on that last play.
The Knights come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air on first down. Using the quick game. Touchdown, UCF! And the comeback is on. Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. They just saw their lead cut in half, and now they'll try to answer. They'll try the run. Fighting off the defender.
When you run these counter-type plays, you're getting extra offensive linemen pulling at the point of attack, opening up a crease for that running back to gash the defense.
That's the type of explosive play you love to start a drive with. First down from the 42. Looking to throw, it's Iamaleava. He's going for it all. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
And that receiver had nobody around. That has got to be embarrassing for the defense. When you let someone that deep downfield go completely uncovered.
On the run, it's Berger. Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Second down, he'll throw it. Catch in the middle, it's Matthews. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route run. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
The bounce house is rolling here on third down, trying to help UCF. Looking to throw for it. Going for 6. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
On that third down, they took a shot in the end zone, just couldn't connect. The QB and receiver not on the same page, and now it's decision time if you're the head coach on fourth.
This is a makeable field goal distance, but this offense is thinking touchdowns. They'll go for it on fourth. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He wants it all. He got it. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be first and goal from the 1.
That's a big-time completion. Guys, I think they caught the defense napping right there. I think everybody on defense thought that they were going to maybe throw to the sticks on that one, but instead, quarterback had some other ideas. He had a matchup he loved one-on-one, vertically down the field.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
I love the awareness by the defense here. Everyone thinking first down, down close to the goal line. The offense is going to run the football, right? But this defense was ready for the chance that the offense might throw it. So defenders playing the pass and getting upfield, getting to the QB. Awesome job.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Looking for a man. It's Iamaleava. Lets it fly. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
This has been a disaster for the offense down close to the goal line. The first snap, they get sacked. The second snap, they're lucky it wasn't picked, throwing that one into coverage. Here you go on third down. You're going to have to throw for it. You better be careful. QB's got to make a good decision.
It's third and goal and a long way from the end zone. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Bruins. Quick strike through the air for the score. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll send the back in motion. Looking downfield on first down. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Catch in the middle. It's Hughes. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. That's the end of the quarter, and UCLA has the lead. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the third quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Jackson will throw. With the catch, it's Burke. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions. Got to continue to get these first downs. Move quick. Don't be in a hurry, but they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive plays.
Looking to throw on first down. Got a man. It's Farmer. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead. It's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this. And be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first down. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
The Knights come to the line in the hurry-up. Wants to throw again. Incomplete, and man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
And man, did the defense just miss an opportunity that they could have turned the lights out with the lead. Get the football back here. Missed opportunity. Maybe this offense now can take advantage and swing some momentum in this football game.
Trying to pull his way in. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. Turning to the running game here on third and goal. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up fourth down.
And there's really no question here. After not getting it on that last run play, down in the fourth quarter, fourth down, you've got to go. You've got to dial up your best play here offensively. Who is your best matchup, one-on-one, that can get you this first down? Keep the drive moving and keep your chances of winning this game alive.
Might be changing the route. Jackson gonna throw it. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
And now my mindset has to completely change. Listen, we needed points. That's over. Like, plenty of time left, over 3 minutes on the clock. I got to get me a stop, and I got to get that football back so my offense can score some points.
UCLA will go back to work on offense. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
From the gun, wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. It's complete. Gets the job done on 3rd down as he gets it out to the 25. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get into those critical points. Now they get the 1st down. You don't have many left.
Turning it on. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few 1st downs, and get a W.
The Bruins are on the move. They'll go with a direct snap. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. At this point, the defense just has to bring the house to try to stop the run and get the ball back, even on 2nd and 13. The handoff keeps working on that clock. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
This is a big pressure moment for the offense, too, because they've got the lead, but it's now 3rd down on their own side of the field. They would love nothing more than to be able to convert this, stay on the field, keep bleeding the clock, but the defense, I'd expect them to bring pressure here, trying to force the ball out of the QB's hands quickly.
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Got it in stride at the 15. Oh, he thought for sure he was going to be able to house that one, but a huge pickup all the way down to the 12. And the Bruins have it with a 1st and 10. Going to the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Takes the handoff. It's Thomas. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
If you want to bring all your tight ends in the game, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring in more linebackers, more defensive linemen, get ready for the run, less speed on the field, especially when you get down here in the red zone. I feel like I can match up man-to-man with those tight ends in the back end. Nice job understanding a run was coming.
And that's what makes this defense so difficult to run against. They've got guys up front that just push offensive linemen backwards. They basically pushed the blockers right into the lap of that running back.
That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And that lead grows even bigger.
And with that kick, man, it's a tall order for the other side. I mean, down 3 possessions. Like, this offense is going to have to get the ball and do something with it, and do it quickly if they want to get back in this football game.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. Nice return there, and he'll be dragged down at the 34. This drive will get underway from just inside the 35 at their own 34. Wide receiver comes in motion. Jackson will throw. He wants a big play here late. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it.
This is a beautiful situation.